Hello there, Sagittarius. This is for Sagittarius Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. August 2025 is one of the luckiest years of 2000, luckiest months of 2025. Jupiter exalted joins Venus in your chunky money house. I'm not going to promise you a rose garden. I'm not saying you're going to have an inheritance, windfall, or lottery. Anything is possible, but your finances do look better, Sagittarius, in the month of August. As well, there is a bit of a gnarly build up as we start the first 10 days, and we will expect all of us to feel like we are sitting on a pincushion or there's a rock in our shoe. That's okay, it will pass, but I'll explain to you how to navigate the first 10 days of August for your sign to do that with greater ease and flow so that you don't go and pushing against the grit of life and move with it and make the best of it. That's called timing your best life. So welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Lori Lothian. I'm using the Western Tropical Zodiac. Whole sign houses, fixed stars, and minor asteroids are part of how I do astrology here on YouTube. Almost all my content is all signs delineations. So you get specific forecasts for your sign. Remember, this is a general reading, not your natal chart, but it does apply to some degree. Secondly, if you're new here as well, welcome to my Sky Reader class this fall. I hope you'll come join me. 6 weeks live study with me, Zoom calls, replays available. It's going to be a fun course, 6-time teaching it, 6-year teaching it. I don't sell this course for self-study. You must learn with me live so I can answer your questions and help you along. We're going to learn how to time your best life using astrology, but you're going to sky read. It's called Sky Reader. And that's because I'll teach you how to read the sky, like learning to read a language. Come join me. And that class is full of fun. We have bonus content, weekly Q&As. We also have a Discord group I'm starting, and we have the traditional Facebook group to meet other people in the class and get to know your colleagues and coworkers in astrology. Finally, you get to keep the content forever. It's yours. You can go watch the replay same day if you can't make the class time, and then come to a Q&A where you can ask me questions. So it kind of fits for all time zones. There's a chance to get in touch with me. So come join me, Sagittarius. I look forward to seeing you in class. In the description box under the video will likely be a link at some point to either the early bird discount waitlist or the enrollment card as well, which opens on July 31st, and your course description as well. So everything about what the course is about in general. Thanks for listening. Let's go ahead and talk about your sign. Well, if you're listening for your sun, it's about your career and purpose. If you're listening for your moon, it's about your home and your nest. And if you're listening for your rising sign, it tends to lean into anything in your life that might change. For you see, your rising sign is your avatar in the simulation or in the video game. It's a character you're playing, where the sun is your soul and the game player or the actor playing the role. So your sun is often more aligned with what your career is, why you're on the planet, what your deepest purpose and mission is, but your rising sign is what the character's up to. And so often that's very accurate, right? Character gets buffered along in the game of life, the script of life. So listen for rising sign for sure. If you know your birth time, that's great because you'll have a rising sign. And if your sun sign is what you're listening to, that's quite accurate. Moon sign is less accurate for many people. It's your emotions, your feelings, but it's sensitive to the home, like an eclipse to your moon, like I just had moved my apartment, moved my home. So, you do need to listen to all three if you want a full picture of your life. So Sagittarius, it's a sky that starts the month. I'm going to move us back a few minutes, if you don't mind, just to get you more tagged out back here. So Sag, let's start with a gnarly week ahead. Let's go with the grit and then with the grace. How does that sound? Grit and grace. We're going to put it a day forward and we're going to go here. Okay. The first thing to pay attention to is Venus as the month starts. On July 31st, actually, to August the 2nd, Lord Venus, good girl, is in square to Saturn and into a Neptune square alongside that. Same thing, same angle. It is houses 8, chunky money, 5th, children, romance, lovers, investments in terms of not investments, but speculative investments, sure. Gambling, yes. Like for instance, you could lose a gamble. This is not a good week to gamble. I don't mean buy one lottery ticket. I mean, don't take a risky stock investment. Don't do anything speculative and risky and gambling with money, because the square indicates hardship and constriction. So financial gambles do not pay off under this particular August 1st and 2nd sky. So be careful, even just losing at a poker game badly. Do not risk gambles at this time. On the other hand, Venus in the 8th house of chunky money, flowing to the 4th house of real estate with the North Node can indicate opportunities that require decisive turning points in your decision making regarding money and home, money and children, money and romantic partners, and home, money, children, romance partners, all of that. So, for example, maybe you're going to have a really important turning point, decision, discussion, action plan going here to do with like a kid who needs money from you. Saturn is in the house of children. And this is the god of hardship or laborious, difficult, constrictive things. And so maybe a child needs some financial support, and that may not feel good to you because you don't have or desire to pass money on, especially given Saturn rules your house of resources and savings. So a child needing money from you right now on this first 3 days of August kind of thing could feel like a hardship to you, or your lover asking for money, your romantic partner asking for money, that kind of thing, even to some extent your spouse. If you are in a relationship romantically, a square from Venus to the 8th house, from the 8th house to the 5th, alongside a Scorpio moon fallen in the 12th, secrets about relationship stuff, betrayals, infidelities being on the table. And of course, that does feel like a hardship, right? So that's something to watch for there. Lastly, we'll get into this later on. You might be able to get some serious inheritance from your mom or dad coming through, or some financial support in some way. We'll be talking about that a bit later. This could be a bit of a what do you call a rumble around that? Something like, constrictive constraint around an elder in the family that maybe goes through a cognitive decline or a health challenge of some sort, even a viral health challenge, and you getting wind of that and thinking, okay, maybe this is where some money comes to me from Grandpa Joe or Uncle Sal, Auntie Sally, or somebody like that. In fact, yeah, we'll leave it at that for now. Now, as we move to August the 7th, 6th, 7th, all the way through to the 10th, this is a difficult sky for the world. Mars is going to cross from Virgo, your 10th house, into your 7th. Perhaps the month of July, South Node Virgo, you let it go of a job, reputation status, like I got divorced, separated, told the world. You let go of some kind of standing socially. You quit your country club. You let go of some kind of career path or direction or purpose. Those are things that happen in July, right? Perhaps. Now Mars has moved into Libra, a sign of his detriment. He's not good here. He's not comfortable here. He's going to spend 6 weeks in your 11th house of good spirit, which is a house of friends, allies, and benefactors, and people who owe you money or favors, or like want to benefit you or help you, your long range goals and dreams, and career earning gains, how you make money. You might try to hustle, but you might be under the weather. You might have friends, not betray you, but not show up, not do the thing they said. You might want to quit a few friendships at this point. That's common when Mars is moving through the 11th house. But he's a little bit off balance. So friends may quit you as well. And you're like, what happened? Even hardship with a sibling one older, battles with your sibling one older than you coming off this Mars transit. Now, that said, Mars opposite Saturn and Neptune in your 5th house indicates a clash of some sort. Mars wants to go forward and Saturn wants to slow down. This could be about romance, love, entrepreneurship, matters connected to children, art, or creativity. These things, Mars is kind of like busting forward, wanting to move into some direction. And Saturn is like, whoa, slow it down, or let's not, or be cautious. If it's a love story, and it may be because Mars is also kind of breaking into a square there with Venus, you might find yourself in a situation where somebody wants to go ahead with it, other person wants to slow it down, and it could be complicated. With Venus in the 8th house, or maybe like somebody going through a divorce, someone cheating on their spouse, and you're part of it, and it's complicated. But Mars is creating a kite, and a kite is a story of success ultimately, but through a backbone of really radical tension and opposition, like a tug of war. Because the breakthrough comes in the marriage house and the commitment house. Something wants to radically, surprisingly break through, break free, or change, and the asteroid Ops is there for opportunity. Add to that, you could have an opportunity with the public, an audience, a client, somebody in the marketplace, because that's the 7th house, for a creative breakthrough to do with an entrepreneurial or creative or artistic project. And the other part of the kite, Pluto in your 3rd house, indicates exciting developments and breakthroughs regarding travel, long distance, Travel, local, not likely long distance, teaching, learning, marketing, selling, and social media. Breakthrough, break free, break on to the other side. You know, if you're in the Neptunian realm, because Neptune in the fifth house can really bring you into contact with glamorous things like modeling, acting, Hollywood, screenplay writing, storytelling, maybe even to some degree, being able to succeed on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all of that stuff. Well, that could be what's trying to happen here. And the break free, breakthrough opportunities are coming through the house of the marketplace, the audience, the clients, the significant others in that zone. And Pluto's trying to wealth you up and power you up in social media land or in writing, communicating, selling, and marketing. And then Mars has just got a fistful of frustration here as he tries to deal with Saturn slowing it down, taking it easy, not working too hard, not grabbing this bull by any horns. You know what I mean? Saturn is kind of weirdly placed because he's retrograde. So there's projects from the past, opportunities from the past that are being reasserted into the now. But also he's an old man in a house of youth and vigor. So it's a mismatch. So I'm not sure what this is, but it's tense and it could be successful. Is it always going to be successful? Yes, no, maybe. Hard to say. So this story happens to be in place for you. Grit, August 7th to the 10th, and then it ends. And there's going to be a silver lining later, so stay tuned. On August 10th to the 11th, Saturn and Uranus are in a perfected sextile. They've been flirting with this sextile forever. Now it's activated and it's on your kite that's forming in the sky here. These two planets can be a very positive development. In this almost near perfect element that they're connecting together in, again, August 10th and 11th, it's quite possible that you're able to have a lasting result that surprises everybody, that could indeed be about international contractual agreements. It could be book publishing contracts and deals. It could be some kind of legal matter connected to your children, to investments, to money you make in, no, keep the money at it, children, lovers, romance, creative and entrepreneurial projects, and the word international, thank you, Mercury, big energy. So you have a nice feeling that this wobbly kite might kind of pull through on you thanks to the Saturn and the Uranus story. Now, Saturn is the ruler of your second house of money, possessions, and financial resources. And for that reason, whatever Saturn is trying to do with the seventh house could backwash to more money, more financial gain, and more financial success for you. So that's what I really do like about it quite a lot. So lean into that possibility as well. Full moon is happening on the 9th of the month. It's going to occur at 16 degrees of Aquarius. It's going to be over here in your third house. What seeds did you plant maybe back in January, February to do with travel, writing projects, communicating, marketing and selling, teaching or learning? These are seeds that were neighbors, neighborhood, sibling, one younger siblings in general. New seeds were planted. Now the full moon is fulfilling those seeds, making it into a tree or, a flower of some kind. So the full light is shining there. You're going to pay attention to these matters of the third house. What wants to happen? Siblings, aunts, uncles, cousins can be here. Travel, short distance, especially fulfilling an urge to travel, or even neighborhood and neighbors. Maybe there's a change of neighborhood coming for you to fulfill a completion of one neighborhood and open up a transformative move to a new neighborhood. Pluto is there. And moon means the home as well, home in a new neighborhood. Saturn says one where you might meet romance, have more creativity, have more fun, have more joy. So that may be a possibility for you. You might move because of romance. You might move because intuitively, you could get into a romance by changing your local environment, different city, different part of the country, some change, right? So the moon could fulfill that question and answer, and it could take up to 6 months. So don't just grab, oh no, nothing happened to me. On the moon of, August 9th, it can show you what may happen in the 2 or 3 weeks that follow, but it definitely will give you the lay of the land for sure within 6 months. August the 10th to the 12th is the big story. You'll notice here Venus is getting pretty close to combining forces with Lord Jupiter. And as she moves forward, she becomes pretty exact here. And that happens to be on the 11th. She's also pretty exact on the 12th. So, I mean, the epicenter is August 11th and 12th. It kind of begins to even activate through to 11th, 12th. It's waning on the 13th. But let's go August 10th to the 13th to be safe. Venus is giving you extraordinary once every 13 years, last seen in 2013, before that 2001 luck. The luck is a new beginning that can unfold over about 10 months. So it's not a one-shot deal the day of the conjunction, but it is opening up doors of opportunity connected to chunky money. That's inheritances. That's spousal support. That's selling a home and getting a bit of money. That's tax revenue subsidies or government subsidies or royalty income from book publishing, because you share that money with others. Shared resource money, shared income, shared resources. Anyway, it's good, it's positive, it's exciting. J.K. Rowling has a stellium here. She's the queen of trillionaire land, and she gets residual royalties and derivative income from all of her creations. Could you get that? Yes, you could, but I don't know how. You're going to get more money off of this. It could be that things actually occur, the 10th to the 13th, and some money chunks land your way, which would be exciting. There is a general flow to the North Node that she's building up to, and it's going to get more and more intense. We'll give you the exact time that happens, but all said and done, another indication here would be legacy wealth from a mom or a dad, family member coming your way. Yeah, and also maybe property, land, and sale, and luck and lucky breaks in property, land, sale, purchase, etc. Venus rules the house of rentals, so we'll add rental properties. Also lucky breaks in eliminating any debts, refinancing mortgages, getting a pre-approval for a mortgage. All of those look very fortunate for you at this time. And this luck, being so rare, you'll have to go back in time to see this combination. But in 2013 and 2001, North Node wasn't transiting through the fourth house trining Venus, right? With Jupiter there as well. That's the rare combination. Like that's what makes this really amazing. So you got extraordinary financial luck, but connected to the family of origin, homeland, mother, father, up the line. Grandparents could be included there as well if you want. And property matters. That's what I've got. I'm going to stop with that. Moving on to the next story. On the third week of August, August 14th to the 17th, Mercury keeps tracking with Mars in a very auspicious sextile. Mercury, Mars. You'll see them there on the 13th in a beautiful flow. Now, it's nice because they keep hugging each other all the way through to the 19th as they track together by degrees. And so ultimately, until about the 19th, let's go August 13th to the 19th, right? You're going to go into a very good time. You can be sustaining hard work and working hard and passionately, increasing your career gains or social networking, or working on new long-range goals and plans. But Mercury adds to the mix something to do with publishing, book publishing, visas, passports, travel, international matters, and academic settings. And Mercury is Mr. News. He flows to you. You want to pick up the phone, take the emails, check your messages. During that week of August 13th to the 19th, something good is trying to happen. And it could be quite the success story if you're in the publishing industry, if you want to get a visa or passport, move to a different country, but add to that Mars. Mars may also be giving you favors from male friends and places that are like supportive, like men, friends in powerful places supporting you to do things that you want to do, like teach, by the way. Ninth house is being the professor. Mercury is loving that. Or travel to foreign countries, being opened up, gateways of foreign travel success, opening up at this time. With Pluto across the way in the writing house, too, writing and publishing, success, openings, doorways, momentum, luck, and commercial success can be had here. Sibling one older and two older than you, the one above you and the two above you in birth order, are highly significantly positively indicated here of support for you, or gains or support from being in positive association with both or either of those siblings in that time in August, the 13th to the 19th, more or less. So keep it, let's see what happens. August 14th to the 16th, Venus and the North Node are trining. Venus, the goddess of money, especially in the eighth house, love, that's secret love, hidden love, under wraps love, no disclosure, no publicity love. She is in a beautiful flow to the North Node. I mentioned she was going there. Here she is now on the 15th. Oh, it's such a beautiful energy because she amplifies the node's volume up, increase in matters to do with money and success and rewards that you want in the perks of the matrix, the North Node. It's not just evolutionary growth. It's also, what we get diluted into. I want my cigar, and my wine and my steak, said, Cypher in the Matrix movie, but that wasn't real. It was an illusion, but he wanted it anyway. So we always have to be careful. But expansion of home, build a home, get a better home, move your home to a foreign land, foreigners are the Rahu, expand your success in and from the home. And Venus says, yes, and your money and your earnings and your resources. Destined, fated, secret romances close to home, or because you're traveling far from home? Maybe. August 14th to the 17th. August the 19th, the first chironic wound is being healed. There's 3 healings of the same wound. For some reason, sexual wounds with Chiron in the 5th house, romantic wounds, wounds around betrayal and love and romance, wounds around children. Your children are wounded. They wounded you. You couldn't get pregnant. Children wounds, and wounds to do with your creative spark, your muse, your entrepreneurial chutzpah, wounds, and then wounds about the joy of life. All since 2019, on and off, this was potentially a problem for many Sagittarius, especially rising. And this is a story, therefore, where you'll notice this month tries to make some healing measures to that wound. The first one is the sun in Leo, brightly shining in its power strength place with panacea, the remedy, the cure for it, the remedy that works. One size fits all flows to the chironic wound. And that is an interesting light shining on the wound, but in a friendly manner, allowing you to see that more deeply. It's a dharma wound, meaning and purpose and alignment in life. Sun is in the house of God, advisors, coaches, mentors, therapists, and pilgrimages. And maybe any of those things will line up so that you get some guidance that you need, advice that you need to heal a love wound, to heal a creative wound, to heal a wound to do with being an entrepreneurial, energetic spirit. The chironic wound, though, could be happening for a child or because of a child, and they're experiencing a healing of a wound, including a healing of a wound regarding children and grandchildren emerging here as well. And then Venus wants to heal the wound too. She's like, get me in on it, man. I'm not going to sit here on the sidelines. So then on August 21st and 22nd, she comes in and says, let me mop up after you. Oh, deep son of Leo here. Let me fix the problem. Venus is in the house of secrets, and this is the house of romance. So when you had betrayals, infidelities, and treacheries in your past, Venus might smooth over a healing moment, a moment of truth, of revelation, but also it could be financial. If you took gambling risks, the 5th house is risks from speculation and gambling, then you may be healing you gambled with money. You gambled with your money and you lost, or something like that. You flagrantly spent money that you shouldn't have. I don't know. Chiron will be healing something here with Venus to do with opportunities, expansion, growth, and money and earnings, and healing risky gambling type losses you may have encountered. So you have a nice full circle healing. Venus square Chiron wants to demand an action, a decision, a momentum. Something must happen. This is not interior. You must quit the infidelity. Stop being the Mr. Mistress, whatever. You may, pull back on a bet. Don't take it. You may stop putting your money into penny stocks that fail, because they always do 90% of the time. Stop following the herd on the latest, weird cryptocurrency coin coming out, right? So you might see a turning point in that and a healing around those narratives as well. Venus also rules your house of debts. And if you kept getting yourself into debt and you're spending more money than you wanted, and you have credit card debts or loans or mortgages that are burdensome, you may try to heal some of those. She also rules the house of pennies from heaven. You never know. You could get some lucky breaks that allow you to heal financial woes through this time frame of August 14th to the 7th. No, of August 21st to the 22nd. The Virgo new moon is at 0 Virgo. Let's watch the sky. So 0 degrees Virgo on the 23rd. Some of you on the 22nd. It's time zone dependent. And this is a new beginning, fresh start in the 10th house of career, reputation, social standing, visible actions in the world, new fresh starts, South Node, let go, release, surrender, end, disappointments. You probably have to let go of one thing in your work career, social standing, group belonging, people, how people see you, doing stuff. You might have to get rid of one thing in order for something new to emerge, right? Release, surrender, and let go, and let a new beginning and fresh start happen. This is a house of weddings, therefore marriages. This can look like a new beginning because you let go of an old story, like that marriage isn't right for me. This new moon, is particularly the day after, is more powerful with the sun squaring Uranus in the house of marriage. Could blow up an existing relationship for sure, and allow you to pull the plug on the commitment and the visible story, like we are a couple. And that could come to an end off of the sky if it's needed. Otherwise, no worries, Surprises from your significant other, surprises from audience and marketplace clients and business people, or someone important to you, especially someone from an international setting, given Mercury's position. And so someone from a different culture, language, or background, who you might have thought would be a cure or a panacea for your sex life or whatever ailed you. Well, there could be some losses and disappointments in a surprising and sudden way with that person. Again, there's a chance of a lot of hidden variables to do with betrayals and romances being disclosed in the sky. That's what I've got. Now, when we move into the conjunction, which is the good news, on the 10th to the 12th, Venus will code. Did I do that already? Oh my God, what story was I just doing? Back to square one. Oh yeah, I did. Of course I did that. Venus is going to trine. Sorry, guys, it's a long day. I'm recording 12 videos in one day. You're near the end. Venus is trining Saturn. That is beautiful flow for enduring money, enduring love, enduring beauty, discipline, focus, and all of that around art, creativity. And then it flows, music, dance, writing, song, art, creativity, entrepreneurship, flowing to Venus in the house of publications. Good day to launch your Substack column. Good day to launch out into the world of book publishing or get a contractual deal. Mercury's here till September 2nd, with Venus till September 18th, meaning that probably your best bet is August 25th to September 2nd, sign contracts to do with publishing and publishing deals, or launch your publication into the world or your podcast into the world at this time. It's auspicious, and you may do it anyway. Neptune rules sound. Neptune rules things to do with YouTube, Instagram Reels as well. Launch away your channels, and it looks good. Saturn rules your house of social media. It's great for social media launches. Now, you could also have success and luck coming from Venus up here. This is a lucky house. She's a goddess of luck. She loves that place of Lakshmi and wealth and prosperity, luck. And so there's a lot of flow from Venus to your Sagittarius sky. And you might really enjoy her stay here through till September 17th, 18th, I think. But when she trines Saturn, okay, we like that. And at the same time, she does this trying to Saturn in the house of children. This is very grandchildren. This is either your children are having children, announcing they're having children, you're going to be a grandparent, or it smooths the waters with challenges with children and grandchildren in your life, for example. The Uranus is a surprise. You didn't think your children were having children. You didn't know you were going to be a grandparent. You didn't know your grandchild was going to have this thing happen to them. It opens up surprises from her in committed love, contractual agreements, travel in foreign lands. That's another story. It could be dreamy if you're single to meet someone, lasting soulmate love with shocking, surprising, and lightning strike developments that happen very quickly for single Sagittarius may occur during this window of August 25th and 26th, give or take a day or two after. And finally, August 30th to the 31st, Mercury will start to flow to Chiron. And I talked about the August 19th and then later the August 21, 22, Sun and then Venus, healing of your chironic wound in love, sex, fun, joy, play, fertility, pregnancy, and romance. Sometimes entrepreneurship, sometimes art, the creative arts. Now, Mercury is always going to give you what he can, but he's really good at phone calls. Here, he's also good at dream messages. So in the ninth house of God, the Asclepium, pay attention to your messages at night, your sleep, your dreams. But also phone calls, emails, and text messages from foreigners, foreign places, far shores, universities, campuses, college, book publishing houses. Anyway, information comes through. I just said, all the ways that Mercury communicates with us to you directly in a flowing, lucky, opportune trine with Venus saying, I've got this. We're going to make some luck happen in the ninth house. And Mercury is in a very powerful flow to Chiron. Heal the wound about your art, your creativity, your romance and your sex life, your children and your procreativity. Heal the wound. Announcement, grandchild's coming. Announcement. Foreign lover says yes. Announcement. So it's exciting. And so this is so positive. I would say that there's a good chance that a child or a grandchild is highly involved in the news of this story around August 29th, 30th, and 31st. Okay. That's where it's really building up its super powered energy here. And it may be coming off that by the time you get to September 1st. But I think that Mercury, especially given that he is up in the fiery Leo sky and flowing back to, these are Dharma houses. It's very course corrective. It's like if you got off track, then there's like on a highway or there's suddenly someone there saying, go this way, get back on track. This was a detour. This is the way you need to go in love, creativity, romance, children, procreativity, houses 5 and 9. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you check my description box below, you'll find me on Substack where I write the Pluto Chronicles. You can subscribe for free, or you can check me out on Patreon where I have early access ad-free content for everyone for $5 a month, plus Zoom meetings with me each month. And every tier gets a certain number of meetings. If you want to meet with me on Zoom and learn astrology or discuss astrology, that's where I'll be. And if you want to join my Cosmic Moonshine weekly newsletter, you get contests and perks to win readings with me that nobody else gets. So all of the information about all my other places is down below. The only promotion is, or not promotion, but the only ad is come to my Sky Reader class and learn to be your own astrologer and time your best life. And that too, information for that is in the box under the video called the description box or the more button, ... See you guys on the other side. See you next month. I wish you a very lucky August of 2025.